Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your end of August 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Sagittarian. So I'm interested in this reading. I'm invested in this reading for sure. Wow. This is really good so far. It's amazing. I'm going to pick an additional card because twos are very, what will we call, like, ambiguous, or see, that was my first mistake. Okay, I'll pick another card. This isn't cheating, it's just that I can pick as many cards as I want. It's still synchronicity. It's just that, oh Jesus. Okay. And okay, there's certain cards. Okay, I'm ending on the Empress. There's certain cards that I don't like to end with. I don't like to end with twos because they imply some kind of decision. It just seems like it's like a cliffhanger. And Five of Cups, that's a card of mourning the loss of something. So it's about being able to acknowledge disappointment when, and that's an important thing. That's not necessarily negative, but I don't want to end the reading. I'm a Sag, man. I don't want to end the reading like that. Then I got another two, so that's why I ended on the Empress. Okay. Which is interesting because the heart of the matter is the Ace of Cups. So in this second half of August, which really, if we're being honest, is like the last third of August, we're dealing with a new beginning as it pertains to cups. What do cups represent? Well, you see the heart there, so certainly new love. Now, we are still under the influence of a retrograde until the 28th, and Mercury doesn't come out of its shadow until September 12th, but as soon as the retrograde is over, that's it for me, in my mind. But the whole idea is about new beginnings as it pertains to creative endeavors, as well as anything spiritual. So it's funny that we have this card here. I'll get to that in a minute. Creative and also new love that could be coming in, but because Mercury retrograde is happening, that new love might actually be an old flame, sometimes. In the past position, we have the Page of Swords. This can be about research, doing research on something, and now you're ready to kind of put your baby out there. Also, I feel like the Page of Swords, this is the spy card, so you might have been doing some Facebook stalking and you came across somebody that you had a crush on in high school, and then you connected with them, and now you're in the Ace of Cups territory. The higher message is a Six of Wands. This is a card of recognition. It's associated with Leo. You see the woman in the spotlight. What I take from that, it's also a card of, it could be that you, this position I don't read though as, like a predictive card per se. I read it as a spiritual message about what is it that, this is about coming from the heart. So whether it's a relationship, whether it is what you're doing as work, you may be like feeling as though your talents are not appreciated or haven't been in the past, and you're looking for that. If you haven't manifested the Ace of Cups yet, that could be your motivation. Um, but for some people, that's already here, that you have, kind of taken the bull by the horns and are like really being very intentional about what it is that you're doing. When I pick this first card, it is to illustrate what has been going on in people's lives, but also what you want to happen to you. So the Six of Wands is saying that when you intentionally seek love rather than other things, rather than lust, rather than, you know, being impressed by somebody because of their status or their money, something along those lines, but you're really like making love the priority, then you get that recognition back because it's coming from a higher place. It's coming from a place where both of your hearts are open. And that's when those things can happen. And same thing with work matters. And so we have the Two of Wands below it, which can indicate like maybe going into a different type of career. You may be in a career that you have talent in, but you don't have the passion for it. And therefore, it isn't a complete alignment, even though you may have been able to carve out some success regardless. There still can be this sense of like feeling like whatever it is that makes you you is not being recognized because you're not in the place that you really, really want to be in. So that means that you would have to initiate something. The Ace is about initiation to make that happen rather than just wait for it to happen. What crosses you is the Queen of Cups, and this can be, sometimes I think that this is, well, I'll just talk about in the upright position. If I'm reading it like the upright position, this can be a situation where you are receiving mixed messages, like your intuition is, you haven't been like really tuning into it for some reason. And that's what makes it hard to do. Now, perhaps that could be because you've been focused more on the material. So maybe if you've had a meditation practice, you kind of let it, slacked off of that because you were so interested in success that you neglected the spiritual side, and not realizing that the two can go hand in hand, and that even though the spiritual is not, we don't think of it as having material rewards, it could very well have them, and vice versa. That having your material life secured can make it easier to have a spiritual practice. And so like that, the Temperance card that belongs to Sagittarius, as above so below, that kind of thing. And so maybe you haven't been really been blocked in that sense. Also, somebody, a mother or someone, an older person, or what I meant to say, I don't always think it has to be chronologically older, but someone who might be in a position of authority. This could be even a boss or something, but someone could be blocking this for you in some way. Maybe they're not doing it themselves, but you're feeling like you can't. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you want to start a Reiki practice and you've already gotten attuned and you are a master Reiki practitioner on paper, but you want to start a practice and you've been researching and everything seems like it's going to go, and you make the mistake of telling your mom about your plans, and your mom is very much rooted in the 3D, and they're like, oh, that's, that'll never work, or what are you doing, or, because you're a lawyer, in your day job. Oh, you're going to give that up. You're making $300 an hour or whatever it is. And those kinds of things can definitely affect people. But I also believe that even within ourselves, the Queen of Cups can be about neglecting the spiritual side. Not that you would do so forever, but just because you've been bogged down with maybe material concerns and wanting to, take care of them, but forgetting about the spiritual practice that could really help your life. What's coming in is the Chariot. This is such a great card. This is connected to Cancer in particular, but this is a card of victory. We see the horses of duality, black and white horses, indicating the yin and the yang, the night and the day, the different sides of life that we have to constantly integrate. We can't just, like they say, good vibes only. No, that doesn't work, because whatever you're dealing with, you're dealing with. And being able to transcend the duality, not to get caught up on either side of it, is key. And this is a card of victory. For some, it could be even travel, and I do have this as the outcome card that could even be about relocation. You see the globe far away, perhaps. And that certainly is Sagittarius' specialty, because we deal with long distance travel. But it can also be, see, that person has like a VW bus and a surfboard. But the other thing too is it can be choosing between two careers. Again, you may be looking for something that you don't currently have going on, and it's not, I want to just say one thing. It's not about the ego, the Six of Wands, like, oh, I want people to praise me and say how great I am. It's about really having people know that you're good at a certain thing. If you've ever been praised for something that you're talented in, it's the best feeling in the world, because sometimes we get praised for things that we're good at, but we're not really that's not really our main dream in life. And it can feel very like a mixed bag, because it's when somebody praises us for what we're good at, it's like they see us. And that means that it's not just about like being validated, it's about really feeling that what we came here to do is showing up in our day-to-day reality. And so it fulfills us at a higher level, not just kind of like the ego having ambition. So I have two more cards before the final card. Five of Cups, mourning the loss of something. An example would be, let's say you did go to school to become a lawyer and you're good at it. Maybe you kind of liked it at the beginning, or you did like it at the beginning, and then it started to bother you. You didn't like it, and yet it was hard because maybe your parents paid for your college and they took so much pride in you doing it, and you have these perks from it somehow. And sometimes letting go of that old life can be sad, or we at least need to kind of mourn the loss of those dreams that were misguided, what have you. Or even like if this is relationship related, because the Ace of Cups can be new love coming in and maybe wanting to be recognized. Well, let's say you have been in a marriage. Even if that marriage hasn't been predominantly happy, you might still have had some nice moments. And plus, there's always that feeling of like, oh, this didn't work out. And that can leave somebody feeling a little bit downcast, like, wow, too bad, this didn't work out and I wanted it to. But of course, it's not the end of the world. And we have to be able to see that everything has a season. And that's part of what the Five of Cups is about, is just kind of allowing yourself to feel what you feel without trying to pretend otherwise. Then I picked another card that was a 2 that I didn't want to end on. 2 of Pentacles. This can also be a job offer overseas. It can be, juggling 2 things. I do think some of you may be planning on starting a business, and so that might be having a day job and having a side business, at least the early stages of it. And, maybe this last part of August is things are starting to heat up. Your ambitions, the goals, the long range goals that you have require you to be juggling a little bit, and you have to, because you're trying to establish yourself with a business, and that's okay. That's how it is sometimes in life. Sometimes we have like more downtime, and sometimes we're really just trying to do a lot of different things and accomplish our goals. The last card I picked is the Empress, and this is connected to the planet Venus and the 2 signs that are connected to Venus, that are ruled by Venus, Taurus and Libra. And this, you see the pregnancy, it can be the Earth Mother, the grounded mother. This is actually a card of the mother too. So it's possible that that motherhood or parenthood is somehow blocked by the Ace of Cups, or you feel like it is bearing down on you in some way. But the Empress card is all about creation, and it is good for money too, so that's nice. And it's about birthing something, so creative project, which the Ace of Cups can relate to, or anything that you are very connected to. And 3 is an expansive number. This is number 3. So because it's connected to Venus, it can be about expanding the money that you have. It's a card of abundance. So I'm down for it. I know you are too. I hope that you enjoyed this, Sagittarius. If you would like a personal reading, be it astrology or the tarot, you can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.